Hoa fined me for my garden gnomes, so I replaced them with 50 pink flamingos. I live in this cookie-cutter subdivision where the HOA thinks they run their own little kingdom. I've had the same 5 garden gnomes in my front yard for 3 years without any issues. They're cute little guys. One fishing, one with a wheelbarrow. Nothing crazy. Last month, I get this official-looking letter in my mailbox. The HOA is fining me $200 because my garden gnomes are apparently violating some obscure landscaping rule about non-traditional decorative elements. I read through the entire HOA handbook that night, all 47 pages of boring legal garbage, and found the rule buried on page 32. It says no decorative lawn ornaments except for seasonal displays and approved natural elements. The kicker? My neighbor Karen has had a concrete fountain with cherub statues for 5 years. Another guy down the street has a giant metal rooster that's probably 6 feet tall, but somehow my tiny gnomes are the problem. I called the HOA office the next morning thinking this had to be some mistake. The woman on the phone, probably around 60 with that snippy tone that screams, "I peaked in high school," tells me the complaint came from multiple concerned residents and the fine stands. When I asked about the fountain and rooster, she says those were grandfathered in before the rule change. Turns out the rule got added 2 months ago, specifically targeting my gnomes. I found out later that Karen from 3 houses down had been complaining about them at every HOA meeting because she thought they were tacky and childish. This is the same woman who has plastic flowers in her windows year-round and a doormat that says, "Blessed and stressed." So I paid the fine, just to avoid more drama. But I also spent that weekend researching every single HOA rule. That's when I discovered something beautiful. The rule only mentions non-traditional decorative elements, and specifically lists gnomes, statues, and figurines. But flamingos? Not mentioned anywhere. I drove to every garden center, lawn store, and home improvement place within 50 miles. Bought 50 bright pink plastic flamingos. Not the classy kind either. We're talking dollar store quality. Neon pink, some missing eyes, a couple bent at weird angles. I spent my entire Saturday strategically placing them around my yard. 20 in the front yard, 15 along the side, 10 in the back where they're visible from Karen's kitchen window, and 5 extra ones I rotate around just to keep things interesting. I even put little accessories on some of them. Tiny Santa hats left over from Christmas, a few wearing sunglasses I got from the gas station. Monday morning comes and I'm drinking my coffee, watching through the blinds. Karen storms out of her house at 7:30 sharp, takes one look at my yard, and I swear I could see her blood pressure spike from 30 feet away. She's on her phone before she even gets back inside. The HOA president shows up that afternoon. This guy Brad, who drives a BMW and wears polo shirts to check his mailbox. He's standing in my driveway looking confused and slightly defeated. I walk out with the biggest smile and ask if there's a problem. He starts stuttering about how this is clearly not in the spirit of the community guidelines. I pull out my phone and show him the exact wording of the rule. Flamingos aren't listed. He tries to argue that it's obviously what they meant to include, but I point out that the rule was just updated, and if they wanted to ban flamingos, they should have been more specific. Karen filed another complaint, obviously, but now the whole HOA board has to vote on changing the rule again, which takes at least 60 days. And even if they do change it, I'll just find the next loophole, maybe garden dinosaurs, or life-size cardboard cutouts of celebrities.